What is up, YouTube? This is HeyhoBrando and welcome back to PALWORLD Egg Run. But as you can see, we are starting over because this is Season 2. Now, if anybody's wondering why I am doing a Season 2 or calling it a Season 2 when I didn't finish the last one, if you didn't watch my live stream when I did the Dark Souls Magic build run of that I did the other day, yeah, the save file got corrupted and I couldn't save it at all. It just would not load. I could not back up at all. So yeah, lost that save file. So everyone seemed to have loved the PALWORLD egg run. So I decided, you know what, let's try it one more time. Let's do it again. We learned so much. So we're going to do it. So first of all, what we're going to be doing, absolutely no capturing of pals. And I'm definitely not going to do how the last one where I said like, oh, I'm not going to capture them, but then I'm going to throw and capture them to just get the missions off. The missions are going to stay up there. Don't know how to get rid of them. Sorry about that. The only pals I can use are eggs. So that means I have to find the eggs, incubate them, and use them. The only thing that has been changed is the number of bases that I put on. I believe I have it at 6 bases I can make around the whole islands, and I have up to at least I think 20 pals per base. I believe. I don't think we're gonna need that many per base, but that's just the thing it is. Also, I do have the EXP set to 2.5. This is just because when we did Season 1, it became a grind at a certain point to get certain pals. Not certain pals, certain levels to get going, to get further on, and all that stuff. It just became a huge grind. So we're putting that on a 2.5 because I believe that just using Egg Run is going to make it just as much as difficult as anything else in that matter. So that's what we're going to be doing. If people don't like the EXP thing, hey, sorry. Maybe one day what we'll do another Egg Run where I'll keep it as everything default, and we'll see what we can do onto that. I'll probably even throw in doing 100 days onto this. This is not a 100-day run at all. I don't think I'm ready for that quite yet. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy. So sit back, enjoy, and let's see how well we can go with Season 2 of Egg Only Run. So, like before, I always pick the exact same spot where I'm going to be building my base. I just find it so much easier just to get things going on. But really at this point, what we really need to do, we really needed to get weapons going on. So, you know, just like how in Minecraft, where you have the stone axe, the pickaxe, the spear, the bow. That was really what I was focusing on. Because without pals, it's going to be a while to really get things going on, but we will eventually find some eggs. Just a matter of time, really onto that. And just my luck, and I know you can't hear it because I forgot to put the sound onto this, so sorry about that. Yeah, first half an hour of this run, and I find a lucky pal, a lamb ball. That I forgot that lucky pals also have secondary attacks because this little fucker had lightning. Yeah, that was quite a shock to me as well. Yeah, pun. But yeah, I was mentally kicking myself because I really wanted to do a lucky thing. And no, I am not doing a lucky run only. Maybe one day I'll do an alpha only type of thing where I only use alpha pals I find. But yeah, next thing we had to do was to get the house built up that we needed for sleep, because the first night could not sleep at all, did not have enough, because mostly what I've been doing is just making a flat area for the base. As you know, how I do this thing in PALWORLD is that I make it where it eventually grows into, like, this will be our starting base. At first I'll have a little bit of everything, but once we're able to expand to other places, this will eventually become the farming area for food and also the breeding area that we can get onto. Right now we're only stuck with these wooden boxes, and I'm just making sure I have everything, because at this point I'm just making sure I have as much as I can. Arrows for all that matter that I need, because eventually I am going to be going into my first ever dungeon, dealing with that so I can get the parts that I'm going to need to build egg incubators. I need at least one to get us going on, and hopefully as well to find some PAL eggs. By the end of this episode, don't worry, we do find some PALs, so by the end of this episode we'll have 4 PALs in our thing. Stay tuned to figure out which one they are. So yeah, I had a Jolt Hog, and yeah, almost died to it, and I found a cheeky little way of fighting this little bugger, because I did not want to die. I was running out of arrows. I thought I had enough arrows, and I almost ran out. But basically hit into the tunnel, waited for him to attack, did a couple shots, was able to get him. It's like, yay, great. And like always, I always bring up my weight first. I want to bring my weight up to 1,000 before I do anything else. Get all these things that we need on, but then I realize, oh wait, there's one other little tiny guy still coming in. Again, I don't want to die, so basically did the exact same thing, hid in this little tunnel just to get rid of them, doing some acrobats and all that. Luckily these guys were a little bit weaker than, you know, their alpha counterpart, so I was able to take them down relatively easy for this one. After I got out of the dungeon, I had to go around and start collecting more, PAL materials. We're gonna need these guys for eventually for the, oh my god, what do you call them? The hot springs. So I was like, okay, might as well get these guys. And I feel like the game has gotten a little bit easier or so, or I feel like too, like there's been a lot of change. Like I haven't played this game since the last, upload of my Palworld video, so there's that to be said about what I've been doing lately. But yeah, no, just going around here smacking these guys. I'll eventually go over and get the foxes to get their fire thing, because we need at least the hot springs. We need these guys to make the planters, because we do have enough PALs that we can effectively make a farm going on. I do want to get more PALs, and hopefully I can find more eggs, but while we're out and about hunting for them, we take those 4 PALs, use them for, you know, leveling up and all that. And then when we get enough PALs and enough eggs, hopefully we have enough that we can keep some at the base and grow as things go on. This was a weird one for me. I got stuck in the wall. This was the first time anything like this ever happened to me in Palworld. So I had to respawn. I thought that there was an unstuck button, but apparently not. So I'm like kind of weighing my options here. Do I try to keep on figuring out what to do? Do I get out? Because unfortunately on my person there is an egg. I don't know if you see it, so like I'm just here at this point on my phone trying to contemplate, is there an unstuck button? Am I just not seeing it properly? And I'm like trying to see at this point, can I just respawn back to my base? But as you saw, I got the egg right there, the fire egg. I'm just like, might as well just respawn. I'm like holding my finger over the X button at this point, trying to just force myself to do it. I chicken out for a second, boom, kill myself. But luckily, all is not lost, because even though that did happen, I was able to pop back over here and be on top of it and grab everything back. So I was like, oh, thank God. We was able to get our stuff back at least, and because at this point I was out there looking for eggs, and the fire egg was the first one I could find. Thank God for that. We don't have to take like a day or two for iron to be found. So yeah, I still have my weird looking slightly house for the PAL, workshop for the top thing going on here, because I don't have the big PAL, so it doesn't really matter, but that's how I usually build that thing. It's like my own little style, I suppose, and when I get to the main base, I'm definitely going to work on trying to utilize a more better design. Don't want to do the same thing, but this is just more of like, you know what, let me just get something a little bit better. Like we'll see if we could try to get something a little bit more uniformed and all that, and get an actual place for the PALs that actually look good, and keep the workshop area separately, because we don't need a big giant tower like we did in the last episode. We don't need something that's like, oh my god, like here's a big giant building and so that. But yeah, went over here to the thugs little camp, and I almost thought, like, would this count, like getting these PALs from here? And I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm going to leave that to you guys Do you think that I should get those type of pals and it should count? Should it not? Who knows? I'll leave that up to you. If not, we're just going to stick with the eggs, obviously. Speaking of eggs, I get to actually show you that I found another egg, the green one, which is the grass one, which I was excited for because I'm like, yay, we actually got a plant-based pal now. I'm like, thank God, I know we're going to need that. Because at this point, we got the fire, we got that one, and now to fight the first ever alpha, we got Chillet, level 11, and I was able to upgrade my bow to the 3-arrow bow. This one I was actually a little bit worried because I thought I was going to die, because I keep forgetting at this point I don't have any pals to help me with the damage, so it's like all me, and yeah, he can hit pretty hard when you're just focusing on yourself. So it's like just making sure, watching his moves and seeing where I can hit, and then like, okay, gotta roll up the way, because it's always that and that attack that always seems to get me. But I'm trying to do as much headshots as I can for the damage, making sure I can run out, because I'm just like, okay, I gotta make doubly sure I'm fine here, keep my distance, because I mean that's what the bows are for, because we've seen greatly how well the guns are used in the game, like especially when we get into the higher ends. So at this point we're just attacking, whittling them down ever so slowly, because the next one's obviously going to be the Penguin King, or Pen King, I think it's called, because we're going to need to eventually fight that one as well. But nope, just a couple more smacks around and Chillet has fallen. First boss kill, acquired the ancient technology point that we use right away, well, in a little bit, to get the egg incubator. And that's the main thing that we obviously needed for our next thing. Speaking of the egg incubator, we were able to put down 2, almost enough for 3. Because at this point, I believe I have 3 eggs. I had a large normal one, the fire one, and the grass one. You'll see what those pals are in a bit. And I was actually surprised about the normal one, because the normal one being a large, I was actually surprised on what pal that one was able to bring out. But either or, we're just bringing this up because, again, we don't have a pal at the ready quite yet. Coming up just a little bit to see what our little grass type egg would become. I was actually kind of happy that we got the Cinnamoth, because I believe that's the one we need. I don't think that's the one we need for honey. I can't remember, or if that's the one for that. But I remember something like always telling me that I needed it. But at least we got our first ever pal that we actually, unlocked. So we got a little butterfly or a moth. But no, looking at it now, I guess it's not a farming one. It's for medicine, and it's level 2 in terms of farming, and we were finally able to level up. We were actually able to level up a couple times, so yeah, we could do that. And I was just gonna keep it on me and start getting the bed set up, because we needed more stuff eventually to get things going on. But next pal to be unlocked, and as you can see, it was our fire type. Luckily, it's not only the good fire type that I actually like, it's actually one that I can mount and ride around on. So I was able to be like, yes, we got iron, we can finally get a little bit of the iron going on that we need, because eventually we can get the crossbow. We're no longer in the Stone Age, we're in the Metal Age. I'm like, yes, thank God. And we actually did it relatively quick, 2 hours this time, not a couple days like it did in Season 1. Yay. And as you can see, like I said, getting out of the Stone Age, making a metal pick. And luckily on this one, like, it's going to take me a while before I can really, truly use it, because my stamina still is crap. So it takes like a whole stamina bar to knock down the thing. So like it takes about like 3 stamina bars to truly get rid of the whole metal ore. But hey, at least now it's a lot quicker, because before, oh my god, it took so long. But with the metal ore, I can eventually make the other base where the other metals are and just make a bunch. Me just over here checking what the last normal type would be, and just making sure everything's going for time, because I was making sure on that. But yeah, nope, kept on going for the metal. the last PAL, well, not the last PAL, but the second last PAL, coming up, because as you can see, I found a water one. Forgot to put that in, I found that, but I got a rib bunny. What I didn't know at the time, until I looked into it, was that Ridabun was actually an alpha type. Yeah, it was an alpha type rib bunny. So we were able to get our first alpha in an egg, and it was a rib bun. Not really good stats, but hey, what can you do about it? Nothing you can really do about it at this point. But no, I was happy that we at least got an alpha pal in the first episode. So I think that's funny. We saw a lucky pal, couldn't get it. We have a alpha pal, we got it at least. And at least now I believe that is, yeah, I saw it right here that it was an alpha. I think it's an alpha. Yeah, it's an alpha. But the last one that we're going to be getting would be the water one. And that one was our serpent, which I always seem to always get, no matter what. I always get a bunch of those ones. But at least with these four, I have enough that I can at least, if I wanted to, I can leave them here. They can make food. If I leave something to be built, Rib Bunny over there can go and build it up. But yeah, no, we're doing relatively well, but it's come to the end of the episode. I just wanted to get these last 3 things built up so we can level up one more time, because I believe in the next thing that I have to build up would be the medieval workbench and deploy a PAL workbench, which I don't have. Well, deploy PAL, so we need to find 4 more eggs to do that, and I'm kind of hoping that I can at least get more stuff to make eggs, because the one thing I do want to do, I want to have at least 12 egg incubators, because when we do get the breeding farm, I do want to do 12 eggs at a time, so I want to have at least 12 incubators going at a time. So basically, I had all my 4 pals going on. When I go on adventures, they come with me. But when I'm at base, just chilling, waiting for things to be built, that's going on there. But that is it. That is the first episode of Season 2 of the HeyhoBrando's Pal World Egg Only Run. I hope you enjoy, and I'm very sorry it took so long. And I really do hope that people actually want to sit down and watch this. I've seen lately that seems like a lot of things that people have been watching on my channel, and I do want people to enjoy, and I do want people to actually want to see what people want to see. So if that's what you want to see, I'll definitely do more Pal World type of thing. But if there's other games you want me to do, I'll definitely be doing that. We got Elden Ring, Night Rain coming up by the end of the month. I got some other games that are coming out. So if there's any other games you want me to play, comment section in the below. Leave a like. Tell me what you think. If you're new, subscribe. Hit that bell notification to see any more. Leave a comment. Could be chicken butt for all I care. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for taking your time to actually watch my videos. It still amazes me that people actually sit down and watch my video. But until next time, this has been HeyhoBrando, and I will see you in the next video. Purrs.